Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So I have updated my BLAIR build for the Ice Maiden with some adjustments. I got a better reactor. I managed to get the Mutant Cell working and things like that. And one adjustment to the build as well, the mod page. And I'm getting much faster clear time. So last week when the update dropped, I used my standard mobbing build, mobbing BLAIR killer recipe. And I was getting around 2-minute clears on average. If I did really well, I got like 140 something, and if I died or something, it would be closer to 2 minute 30, maybe even 3 minutes. With this one, what I'm getting is consistent lower times, even if I'm dying. So if I die, I'm getting 142. And if everything goes smoothly, I'm getting 1 minute 12 clears, 1 minute 20 clears, and things like this. So much more consistent lower times with this build. And we are still using only skills. I'm not using a gun because I'm not a fan of rocket launchers, and it seems everybody's using rocket launchers to break the weak points. I'm just using skills and it's working out nicely. And this is a comfortable, fun way of taking out the Colossus solo. I've already received some big ticket drops, and so I've started, you know, taking the skins. I've already cleared out all the resources and now I'm taking the skins. Anyway, so what are the adjustments to this build? First up, I have got a proper reactor for Colossus. So I have this cooldown. This was the mobbing one. I've got this one for Colossus. With the Arche tuning and the Mutant Cell, I found a solution which works out nicely for us. Previously, we were struggling because of the cooldown. We had to sacrifice either this or this. And what I ended up doing was I sacrificed the cooldown just for bossing. And we took the vulnerability and we keep all the points, all the skill points, all the crit damage, all the crit rate, everything is intact. So we are just getting more power now properly with this setup. So the cooldown reduction, it increases our fourth a bit. So initially with my old setup, when we had the cooldown, for example, the mobbing build, our cooldown for the fourth is 9 seconds. With this setup here, we are getting about, I think, 13 seconds, 12.8. So the thing is, with the fourth ability, you are already trying to stack up on your chef's touch before you use that. So it doesn't affect us that much. And also I've taken the inversion reinforcement Arche circulation. So this gives us some cooldown as well periodically. So it all helps out, and it's not really an issue in the boss fight. Now, if you are normally going for mobbing, then this time delay, the cooldown will be a mess. So I have my standard build here, and I'm using the standard Arche tuning. As for the build itself, the only adjustment I've made from the mobbing one is I dropped the duration and I took more critical hit rate. That is the only change here. So the reactor, you may be wondering, is the crit damage going to do more damage or the um, additional attack to Colossus? And the key here is if you're taking these points, take the Colossus damage on the reactor because you'll get some extra points here. So if you see here 54.2, you are getting 0 here because we are using the crit damage. We are not getting extra Colossus points if you don't have the stat on the reactor. So for example, now if we put the Colossus reactor and then we look at this, we are getting the additional skill damage over here. If we see over here, it says additional skill attack and Colossus. So just taking these points will not help you unless you have the stat on the reactor as well. So with this combined with the reactor, the um, the reactor with the Colossus damage is doing more damage. So let me just show you here. Let's make sure we have a blank inversion so we can just get consistent numbers. We have the secret garden in hand, but BLAIR doesn't have tech skills, so this will not affect the power. So we'll hit and we'll look for the big crit number. Okay, we are getting 1,071,000. That is the crit number. Okay, 1,071,000. Okay. Now what I'll do is I will put the crit damage reactor. Okay, crit damage, same mounting tactical rifle. And now the number should be lower. So 1,000,007. We were getting 1,071,000 and 1,000,007. So a decent difference here. Now keep in mind in the lab, things are different. The Ice Maiden will not behave like she does in the arena. If you break the weak points, you don't get the benefit, etc. Things like that. So this is the difference between the Colossus reactor and the crit damage reactor. So the Colossus one is better for us. And if we go into the arcade tuning, the difference between having this and not having this, let me show that as well. So without this, let's look at the number. You're getting 996,000. Okay, without the mutant cell. Okay, let's do it again. 996. That is the crit number. And as you saw earlier, with the mutant cell active, we are getting 1071. I think that was the number. 1070. Okay, so this is the one that is giving us the most damage. So those are the adjustments. Now I tried using a chill resistance on this one here, chill resistance and max MP instead of MP recovery in combat, and overall I felt like it wasn't really doing much, and I wanted to keep my MP up as much as possible, especially in and out of combat. So yeah, I'm sticking with the standard stuff. You may not want to go hunting for this one, but you can try that if you have something like that. So we are getting the extra damage here, we are getting damage here, we have made adjustments, we have dropped the duration because we are constantly hitting the enemy with the different skills. So we are inflicting the burns. Having 2 extra seconds of burn isn't really useful here. So I took more crit rate, and as a result, I was trying to get more consistent load times, and this is providing that. So yeah, so this is the build another way. I'm happy with this. I'm not really bothering with Serena or anybody else. I've already collected a lot of the tokens. So here's the build again really quickly. Killer recipe, frontline emergency measures, focus on fire, focus on dimension, increase HP, insight and concentration, expansion for range, nimble fingers, MP conversion for cooldown. Okay, and for the inversion, we are taking this one, Arche circulation tactic for cooldown. We are taking probabilistic recovery. You can take whichever you want, MP related or HP related, doesn't matter, this one. And then I'm taking the void resistance over here. And for arcade tuning, we are taking all the skills, even this one. We are taking the MP, we're taking the Colossus, we're taking all the skill points here, big one here, and up here all the way to the mutant cell. We are taking burn vulnerability, and we are taking the crit rate and the crit damage. So the only skill point we are missing is over here, and that is fine. It's not that big a deal. But yeah, this is giving us a really good consistent. Reactor is burning phase reactor. Mounting I have is tactical rifle. It doesn't really matter. I have it because it's a stat stick with good speed, sprint course. And then the stats down there, you need additional skill attack when attacking Colossus, skill cooldown, and yeah. Now, obviously, if you find something like additional attack when attacking Colossus and crit damage, that will give you even more power. That will be the best one. However, that 7.4 second cooldown may affect that. I did a lot of hunting because I wanted to try that as well, but I could not get the one with both those stats, additional damage against Colossus and crit damage, because that would be the most powerful combination. So this one works out nicely. Everything is balanced. We are not low on MP, we are not low on cooldown, and we can hit the Colossus regularly and do decent amount of damage. So that is the updated build. I'll stick with this one. I'll farm the remaining tokens. I've cleared all the resources. I've started taking the Tormentor skins. I don't like the Ice Maiden skins. They look horrible. I mean, look at this thing on BLAIR. It looks ridiculous. So yeah, these will be the last to collect. But yeah. Let me just remove that. This looks offensive on BLAIR. Okay, much better. Anyway, so that is the Ice Maiden setup for BLAIR.